Vale. Debería estar ya esto. Voy a comprobar que se escuche también el juego. Sí, parece que se escucha el juego. Ok, nice. Vale, pues vamos a darle un día más a la no hit en DS1. A ver si tenemos un poquito de suerte. No vendría mal. Y nos podemos sacar ya la run de una vez. Como siempre, el móvil sonando cuando empiezo directo. Nice. Vale, ok, está todo bien, está todo funcionando. Voy a enchufar el mando. Y empezamos, ya digo, voy a estar un ratillo como ayer. Si veo que tengo que hacer muchos resets o estoy jugando muy mal o no me da tiempo a hacer una run entera después, pues directamente me voy a DS2 y seguimos practicando un poquillo en DS2. Mm, ahora un segundo. Mm, vale. Bueno, es que me están justo aquí hablando. Nah, ya lo miraré después. Justo me han empezado a hablar. Vale, vamos a dar a nueva partida. Intento 210. Ay, vamos allá. Ayer la cagamos. ¿Qué la cagamos ayer? Fue justo después de Nito. O sea, después de Molinete. La cagamos en el salto ese que hay que hacer para bajar a Nito. Bastante random, la verdad. Pero bueno, vamos allá. 3, 2, 1. Había dudado de si me daba tiempo a pasar por la derecha o no. Y al final he dicho, mira, le pego la patada y fuera. O sea, le pego el empujón. Creo que no me hubiese dado tiempo a pasar por su derecha. Pero bueno, no pasa nada.
Aggressive.
se ha caído un dragón. Nice. Nice, que se caiga un dragón me ahorra bastante tiempo. Bueno, a ver, bastante tiempo. Me ahorra unos segundos. Segundos que puedo perder perfectamente si no me toca el musgo morado a la primera. O sea que tampoco... Tampoco nos vengamos muy arriba. Está muy bien, pero... Si por ejemplo no nos toca el musgo morado a la primera, pues ya todo el tiempo que nos podíamos ahorrar pues se va a tomar por culo. Ay, puto caballero, tío. Últimamente me está haciendo cosas muy raras este tío. Joder. Madre mía, ¿qué está pasando hoy? Se cae un dragón, me toca musgo morado a la primera. ¿Qué está pasando? Me ha asustado ahí un poco. Pero estamos bien. Perder unos segundos ahí en el herrero comprando. Me he liado ahí un poquillo con los menús, pero bueno. No sabía que le iba a dar a la pared. Ah, qué mal. Qué mal aquí. Muy malas flechas ahí. No se va a morir, ¿verdad? Ah, no sé. Creo que la puedo haber cagado por tirar esa última flecha. No lo sé, pero creo que por haber tirado esa última flecha puede que se haya activado un enemigo que no debería haberse activado. Vale, he tenido muy buena RNG ahí con los ataques de las gárgolas, pero me he liado con las pociones, tío. Me tenía que tomar 2 pociones y no me las he tomado seguidas. Ha sido un poco ahí más lenta la animación, pero bueno. Da igual, estamos yendo muy bien, tampoco vamos a rayarnos por cada pequeño fallo. Pero es eso, joder, para un día que tengo buen RNG con el musgo morado, quiero aprovecharlo y sacarme un buen tiempo. Es que todos los días acabo perdiendo muchísimos segundos por el puto RNG. ¿En serio? Ahí no tenía que haber hecho eso del menú. Digo, voy a ver si me da tiempo a usar un poco del menú para quitarme objetos. No tenía que haberlo hecho. Ha sido una tontería. Por intentar ir quitándome objetos del inventario para luego hacer los menús más rápido, al final he perdido más tiempo por esa mierda que lo que podía haber ahorrado por... No merece la pena. Podía haberme tirado ahí, pero he dicho, voy a esperarme mejor. Creo que podía haberme tirado, pero me ha dado un poco de miedo. Uf, me he quitado demasiada vida. Creo que sobrevivo. Me he quitado demasiada vida ahí. Pero estamos bien. Entramos a CANAL antes del minuto 15. O sea, que genial. Está jodiendo un poco el RNG. Está jodiendo un poquillo el RNG, la verdad. Ese puto salto, no me lo puedo creer. Qué mala suerte tengo. Qué mala suerte he tenido, tío. Ese puto salto. Qué mala suerte, qué mala suerte, qué mala suerte, tío. Uf, qué mala suerte, tío. Ese puto salto. Qué mala suerte, tío. Joder. Puto salto de mierda, tío. Ok. Pensaba que había muerto ya. Pensaba que había muerto ya. No sé qué bomba he fallado ahí, la verdad. He tirado 5 bombas y he dicho, ya está muerto. Y de repente veo que sigue atacando y yo espero. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? No sé qué bomba he fallado. Creo que estoy demasiado cerca. No. He puesto el pelo rojo, da igual.
In the A
Regrettably.
Madre mía, vaya menú de mierda acabo de hacer. Qué mal aquí. Volvimos al RNG de mierda. Ahí está. Volvimos al RNG de mierda, tío. Muy bien, pues nada. Volvimos al RNG de mierda, tío. Qué poco dura la suerte. Era el DS2, yo creo. Era el DS2. No tengo ganas. Es que hemos empezado muy mal, tío. O sea, hemos tenido muy buena suerte al principio. Se ha caído el dragón. Nos ha tocado musgo a la primera. Pero me tiene que matar que en un salto. Y ya una vez hemos empezado ahí, ya todo mal, todo mal. No sé qué pasa con las runs, de verdad. No sé qué pasa con las runs, que es que me tiene que salir la primera run del día, ¿sabes? Me tiene que salir la primera o la segunda run del día. Si no me sale la primera o la segunda run del día y empiezo a hacer resets, nunca sale bien. No sé por qué, nunca sale bien. O tengo un buen día que empiezo de primeras bien, o es que siempre acaba saliendo algo mal, tío. Si me pongo a hacer resets, si me pongo a hacer más de una run, siempre acaba saliendo mal. ¿Sabes? Nunca tengo un día que diga, bueno, he hecho 5 resets, pero a la sexta partida me ha salido increíble. No. O me sale bien la primera o la segunda, o de ahí en adelante salen todas mal. En fin, voy a poner aquí la chuleta. Vale. Pongo aquí la chuleta.
Perhaps.
No.
impress upon you. Enough of this.
A ver, que me estoy liando. Cojo esto. Vale, y ahora una vez que he cogido esto...
Please stop this. Ugh. I've no choice now.
Bueno, como me ha salido así de mal, voy a tirarla por aquí. Me ha salido esto un poco mal. Vale, ese es el plan B. El plan B ha salido bien.
Oh my. Hey,
Siempre me sale mal eso, tío. Ay, mierda, lo he hecho mal. Joder. Va, cagada ahí, pero bueno. Ay, eso me pasa por intentar hacerla... Skipear la animación de la puerta. Tcha. Tcha. Ah. ¿Qué te tengo que comprar? Esto. Esto. Y esto.
I'll be around if you make it back.
For me. Seek the once best.
Esto de equiparme estas cosas debería hacerlo antes. No, siempre me acuerdo cuando estoy ya en ese árbol. espada. Madre mía, tío, estoy empanadísimo. Estoy empanadísimo. Madre mía, estoy empanadísimo, tío. Estaba yendo con la otra espada y yo sin enterarme. Y yo yendo con la espada que no era. Vale, levelear, aguante al 10 y adaptabilidad al 24.
Bit.
creo que no lo voy a tirar. Tengo que esperar a que esté como al lado de las escaleras. Nice. Ah.
Shit. So, right?
¿Qué tenía que hacer aquí? Comprar 5 fragmentos grandes de titanita. Eh, 60 flechas de hierro. Esto que más 6. Y arco más 5.
Flame. Dear flame.
Por lo que he visto, es también 100% seguro coger esto. Estos monos en principio no hace falta matarlos. Lo que pasa es que gasto una calavera. Me ahorro flechas y me ahorro tiempo, pero gasto una calavera. Aquí siempre me pierdo, la verdad. Vale, creo que lo estoy haciendo todo bien de momento. No sé si me he dejado algún paso. Matar a los monos, coger artesar, tirar hueso. Lo de la niebla. Pues no me ha salido bien. La idea es golpearle en la cola para forzar a que te haga un ataque con la cola y poder entonces pegarla en el abdomen. Y ayer me salió perfecto y hoy se ve que no. ¿Por qué no me está haciendo hoy? me está haciendo hoy esto bien, ¿eh? No, hoy no me lo está haciendo bien. Ayer me salió la primera y hoy no quiere salir. Uf, la vida, ¿no? ¿Cuánta vida tengo? No se puede ver ahí. No veo la vida que tengo. No sé qué está haciendo. Ahora sí. Madre mía. A la tercera, ¿no? Creo. Podría dropear... Nada, puede dropear cosas de titanita. Y este bicho he visto que la gente lo que hace también es fijarlo. Vale. Imagino que lo he matado de 4 flechas en lugar de 3 por el tema del artiesar. Se supone que si mato bien a Nazca y luego no me curo, tengo el artiesar aquí y puedo matar a ese bicho con 3 flechas. Vale, a ver que siga. Consumir bicho de resina de rayo. Vale, o sea, aquí no tengo apuntado nada más. Sé que tengo que tirar una calavera más adelante y poco más. Esto hacía falta. Algo. Aquí creo que lo suyo... No sé si puedo pasar de ellos o tengo que matarlos. Imagino que lo suyo sería tirar una calavera para hacerlo más seguro. Vale, aquí tengo que tirarme las dos cosas, el bicho y la resina. Nice. Subir escaleras, coger ascua de adversidad y coger hoguera. Vale. ¿Cuál es el ascua de la adversidad? Este. Encender antorcha, coger resina, tirar enemigo y coger trozo de tritanita. Vale. No puedo encender antorcha aquí. No la tengo equipada, quizá. ¿No? ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo enciendo la antorcha aquí? ¿Y? ¿Cuál es la Y? Esto. Ah, vale, por aquí no era. Por aquí no era. Tenía que venir por aquí. Me tenía que dejar caer aquí. Tenía que coger la resina que estaba aquí. Vale, ahora tengo que tirar a este tío. Coger esto. Y tengo que ir para allá, ¿no? Sí. Tengo que ir para acá. Ahora tenía que tirar un hueso aquí. Ah, no, tenía que tirar el hueso al otro lado. Creo que lo he hecho bien. En el puente tirar calavera, coger titanita, volver al puente y tirar hueso. O sea, no tenía que tirar el hueso ahí, pero más o menos lo he hecho bien. O sea, la idea era esa. Ahora teleporta a Mayula, levelear aguante a 12 y destreza al 24. Y ahora teleporta a la Bastilla. Mejorar estoque más 8, arco más 7 y comprar 230 flechas de hierro. Arco más 8, arco más 7 y comprar objeto, flechas de hierro. ¿Alguna forma de pasar de 10 en 10? No, tengo que pasar manualmente. ¿Sabes que hay alguna forma de pasar de 10 en 10?
Flee. Dear flee.
Vale, y ahora hay que hacer teleport a las viejas del principio. Matar al gigante, coger anillo y resina y tirar hueso. Vale, pues hasta aquí tengo apuntado en la guía que llegué ayer. Llegamos hasta aquí en la guía. Ah, bueno, ahora tenía que hacer teleport, no tenía que hacer teleport aquí, tenía que irme a otro sitio. Pero bueno, hasta aquí llegamos ayer en la guía. Así que, nada, vamos a continuarla. Voy a cerrar el juego, bueno, luego lo practicaré, pero sí que voy a poner la guía. Debería verse... Vale, si yo ahora cojo y traigo esto aquí, debería verse en pantalla. O sea, debería verse en el directo. Sí. DS2, no hit run. Vale.
And this part, there's not a lot of action that happens for the next few seconds here, so we're just going to kind of skip ahead. This area, you just go down the stairs, basically. There's nothing you have to pick up here. And we're going to get to this part where there's the first enemy right here. This guy, you just want to run to the doorway as quick as you can. You got to roll at the last second when he slams his sword. Sometimes he doesn't actually connect it with the doorway, but you just want to be ready to roll at the last moment. And then you will be good, but a lot of the time he actually won't get you in the doorway. Gonna hit this button to go down the lift. Again, we're just gonna be waiting here, so I'm gonna skip ahead. In this part, you just want to be pretty fast. There is an enemy that actually does get up and chase you, but we don't kill him, I don't believe. I might make an exception on this run, but I'm pretty sure we just pass him. Let's see. Yeah, so he actually just got up in the water. He's chasing us right now. If we get to the bonfire quick enough, he won't even be able to get close, and he'll be reset. So we just race to the bonfire very fast. We're lighting it. This area is interesting. This is where we're going to also need the torch because there are enemies that are special that don't like the torch fire. So before that, we have to actually clear out some enemies to be able to go through safely. There's a guy in the distance that will snipe you across the map, so we're going to knock him off of the ledge here. We kill him so fast that he doesn't even fall off. Sometimes he'll fall off before you kill him, and then you have to kind of shoot him in the head as he's poking over. This guy laying down is an ambush. You can knock him into the water or kill him right there. There is a dog and this other Varangian soldier on the top of this building. He'll shoot arrows too. You want to strafe them in between. But we're killing him so fast that it's not really a problem at the moment. There's the dog. And then we're going to double back to get the torch set up for the run through. Oh wait, there's this one last guy here too. So I have a predictive shot that I do here. This you're probably not going to be able to do this unless you practice the shit out of it. It's not going to work the same way every time either, depending on exactly where you're placed, but you can sometimes predict like and just shoot ahead. A little bit fancy, but I would just say wait for him to get closer to you and then shoot him the second time to be safe. And that will work just fine. Now we're not actually sitting at the bonfire this time. We're using the torch only. So we just press the Y button or the triangle button. Get the torch ready. You don't want to reset the area because we just set it up to run through. Now we have the torch in the left hand, rapier in the right. And we're just going to be running up the staircase. We're going to throw a skull here too. Once we get up this first staircase, right at the right wall, so this guy crosses over and doesn't get us. The other enemies will kind of turn and go towards there too. This dog will miss us if we just are quick and we roll. And then we run up here. These guys can't do anything if you have the torch because they hate the torchlight. Now on this part, you're going to want to be careful with how you actually go down here. See how I got a lot of momentum there and it was a little bit wonky looking? This game has some weird mechanics where when you're on a ledge and you do something, like you can see I didn't push a button or anything to do that, but it gave me like extra momentum, and it can actually make you miss the ledge and you can get screwed. And then there's no way to escape the area because there is enemies down there that will kill you before you can homeward bone. So you really want to make sure you're careful on this and that you land right here. We're talking to Gavilan. I believe we're going to be buying some poison arrows, so all 20 of the poison arrows for later in the game.
Vale, a ver, esto hay que apuntarlo. Matar enemigos a flechas, encender hoguera, tirar calavera y hablar con... ¿Cómo se llama este tío? ¿Cómo se llama?
Gavilan, I believe, right here. We're talking...
Gablan. Y hablar con Gablan. Vale, y ahora comprar a Gablan. Vamos a comprar 20 flechas. 20 flechas de veneno. ¿Qué más?
Into Gavilan. I believe we're going to be buying some poison arrows, so all 20 of the poison arrows for later in the game. We're selling off the weapons that were the starting class weapons, the short sword and the scimitar. We're going to be pulling this lever here, switching out to the bow to kill this guy. He's...
Vale, comprar 20 flechas de veneno. Y vender armas.
pretty harmless if you shoot him quickly, and the other guy doesn't actually have a weapon. He just throws or he doesn't have a weapon to use if you're at a distance. He'll throw I think like the water urns at you, so you can kill him pretty easily too. Gonna put on the silver serpent ring +2 because apparently I didn't have that, but you should have that on as soon as you get it. Now we're gonna kill that guy down there. He will also shoot arrows at you most of the time, so sometimes you're gonna have to be a little bit more passive and be careful. We shoot the bell from a distance here to get the boat to actually arrive at the port instead of going all the way up to it. So you don't actually get to see it hitting the bell because I'm kind of just dipping out. I know that it already worked, but you'll hear the sound. Make sure you...
Vale, voy a apuntar esto. Matar enemigos a flechas y disparar a la campana.
You see the bell moving. And then we are getting some lightning pine resin on the character.
So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Hope you're doing well. Have a good one.
You can see the boat arriving here. And we're going to wait until it actually gets there. The reason for that would be the gate would be locked, or the boat wouldn't be there yet. So there's enemies that are going to chase you. You have to be very fast here. You cannot wait. You have to just consistently make it in there. So now that it's arrived, the gate's open. There's no slowdown. You have that lightning pine resin ready. And it helps to double check behind you just to make sure that you're doing it. But if you've been as fast as I have right here, you're not going to have anyone catch up. They'll be at the staircase by the time you actually get through the flag gate. And now we're doing Flexile Sentry. So the trick with this guy is you only want to have him on the side where he has the clubs. You don't want to be fighting the sword side. So always keep him facing you with the club side if you can. He'll do these like 1-2 slams, or he'll do like a 1-2 slam with a poke follow-up. And you'll see I wait for it. He doesn't do it at all here. If you see him kind of hanging just in, you know, like on that attack right there, just doing nothing, then he's not going to follow it up. So you always wait to make sure. He'll also do a horizontal sweeping attack right here. Maybe you'll see it. There you go. And he'll do an overhead slam. Gonna back up there. And then from a distance, he'll also do like a giant running up attack. You'll probably see that on the SL1 version of the run, which I'll link again in the description. It's another boss we killed very fast, but there's some other examples for all the scenarios you might see on that. He's not really too complicated though. The thing with this game is it's not really that the enemies are super complicated until you get to the really hard stuff. It's more so just it's actually really hard to control the character a lot of the time. That's the biggest difficulty I have with GS2. It's very weird to control. And there's a lot of enemies as well, so you have to be very tactical rather than just aggressive on it. So we put on our armor to get the souls. We went upstairs. We got the ship to go to the next location. Now we're in this lift here. And we're going to be out of the lift. We're going to get the bonfire on the left side before we continue through here. Now, another piece of information, if Forlorn invades you in this area, you want to actually back up all the way to where you came from, where the lift was, and there's an invisible barrier where he can't pass. I only figured that out not too long ago, but it's actually really, really useful. So don't let him fall down. Make sure he chases you across this bridge and run all the way back, and just shoot him from the very, very back of that hallway. When you'll notice he'll keep backing up and he won't be able to actually reach you. So we're going to take out this first royal soldier across the stretch, and there's another one right here. Make sure that he doesn't shoot a barrel behind you or it'll explode, and that's rip. So you want to be pretty fast on that. But if he does start shooting, just make sure you're noticing where his arrows go. We're dropping down this area right here with full health. Sometimes it won't get you red tier stone ring right away, so you have to be a bit careful. But I think we dropped down another time anyway, so we're going to get it from this part. So I'm waiting here for a second. When we drop down this next ledge, we're going to get the red tier stone set up for the area. And the idea here is that we're walking off diagonally, we're rolling, and then we're doing a rolling attack sideways to the right and then rolling again very fast so we don't get hit. You want to have it as a fluid motion like that because there's guys shooting you right outside. You can see them right there. There's another one across the stretch too, so you want to be very fast breaking that that wood right there.
Vale. Subir ascensor. Tocar hoguera. Matar enemigos a flechas. Y activar RTSR.
These guys you typically don't actually need to kill, but if Forlorn invades you right in this spot in the lower area, then you do want them dead so you can maneuver around him safely. So I do take out the one guy, and then we let this dude explode, so we go to the wall to get him to do his attack, back away, and then we go in and we get him before he gets us. Open the door. These dogs are going to try to get us and funnel through here, so we're just going to be trying to shoot them with fire arrows particularly. It's going to one-shot them. And at this point, again, it really helps to have Stone Ring on. I think I do have it on the character. I think I've put it on already before we actually went to this area. This is the guy right here we need Stone Ring for. It helps a lot. So we're running up to him. We're gonna get stamina right before he actually is queued to fall, which is about...
Vamos a apuntar todo esto. Abrir... Bueno. Matar enemigos. Abrir puerta. Matar perros con flechas de fuego.
The mid room, so we don't actually run just straight in. We have to wait and conserve a little bit of stamina here. Then we're gonna get a bit more. He's gonna fall. Start sprinting as soon as he falls. Do a running R1 and then a follow-up R1, and he should be fine. But
Dos R1 en carrera. Vale, matar a perros con flechas de fuego. Y matar enemigo con R1 en carrera más R1.
But, yeah, it does get a little bit scary because he can attack you very quick. Now we're taking this cage up here. So on this part, we have to make sure we're healed. I have killed myself quite a lot right here, and we have to make sure we have Homeward Bones as well, so we can warp out of here. We run off that ledge, and we just run right into the wall and get the bonfire aesthetic. I'd recommend not rolling or jumping, just literally run right off the ledge, straight to the wall, and you'll be good. Now that we've done that, we're ready to do Rotten 4, which is the most boring part of the run. The areas leading up are pretty annoying too, but because Rotten's killed 4 times, you can imagine it's not really...
Vale, vamos a practicar esto. Esto. No, creo que no me sirve para nada. Creo que tengo que ir hacia la derecha. ¿O no? Sí, ¿no? Hacia la derecha. Vale, en principio creo que no necesito nada más. Vale, a ver si me acuerdo qué enemigos había que matar aquí. Primero mataba a aquel de allí. Vale. Luego mataba a este de aquí. Vale. Luego mataba a aquel de allí, creo. No me ha salido bien. Vale. Luego mataba a este de aquí. Y hago la flecha. Luego mataba al chucho. Y ya está, creo. Y ahora preparo la calavera. A ver si me acuerdo del camino. Vale, tiraba aquí. Bueno, ahí tenía que haber tirado esto. Y ahora subo. Ahí la... Vale, tenía que haber encendido... Vale, me he equivocado. Tenía que tener encendida la hoguera para que ahora estos enemigos no me ataquen.
What? With Gavlan?
Tenía que haber ido atrás, encender la hoguera. Aquí vendo todo esto.
Many deal, many thanks.
Vale. Ahora, creo que tenía que abrir esto. Voy a ver las notas. Tengo que actualizarlo. No está actualizado, en serio. Un segundo. No se me ha actualizado. A ver, ¿por qué no se me ha actualizado esto? Ah, porque no le he dado a guardar. Perfecto. Vale. Comprar 20 flechas de veneno, matar enemigos a flechas. Vale, aquí en principio no tengo nada más. Vale, o sea que aquí en principio simplemente tengo que tirar esto. Vale, y ahora tenía que matar también a este tío. Y ahora vengo aquí y le tengo que dar a la campana. Ah, vale, ya le da. Y tenemos que esperar a que llegue el barco. No sé por dónde se tiraba. Por aquí, supongo. Cuidado ahí con rodar. Vale, ahora simplemente tengo que venir por aquí. Joder, qué fácil, ¿no? ¿Hace falta que coja esto? Creo que no hacía falta, ¿no? Que cogiera esto. No, no hace falta que coja esto. Vale, voy a apuntar. No me deja. Voy a apuntar aquí en la aplicación el siguiente boss. Centinela flexible. Debería salir. Ahí está, ya se ha actualizado. Vale, centinela flexible. Vale, ahora simplemente venimos aquí, subimos el ascensor. Vale, la hoguera. Aquí. Vale, y ahora tengo que matar enemigos a flechas y activar el artiesar. Lo malo del artiesar es que como he perdido poco de vida, igual... Como he perdido un poco de vida, igual aquí no se me activa. Ah, mira, se me ha activado... Vale, si se me activa aquí el artiesar, ¿qué hago? Improviso. Voy a improvisar. Vale, y ahora venía aquí, se activaba este enemigo. Vale, y ahora había que matar a los perros estos. ¿Son solo dos? Son solo dos perros. Vale. Ahora sube por aquí. Y hay que matar a este enemigo con dos R1s, el primero de ellos en carrera. No sé por qué no le he matado a dos R1s. ¿El cofre este lo cogía? Creo que no cogía este cofre, ¿no? No. Vale, y ahora ven aquí. ¿Me he hecho la zona sin hits? Ah, no, me han dado un hit porque no he tirado la calavera bien. Vale. Y ahora simplemente aquí me dejo caer. Ay, la vida. Mira que lo ha dicho, tío. Mira que lo ha dicho, tío. Lo ha dicho Squilla en su vídeo. Ha dicho, he muerto muchas veces aquí por no curarme. Mira que lo ha dicho, tío. Mira que lo ha dicho. Me lo ruseo y voy a saco. Sí, total, estoy practicando. Me da un poco igual esto. En plan que si me matan y pierdo las almas me da absolutamente igual. Lo malo son los... ¿Están los chuchos? Sí, están los chuchos. Vale, ya está, los mato así. Ahora lo malo es que va a spawnear otra vez el bicho este de aquí arriba. Vale. Oye, ni tan mal. Vale, y aquí que no se olvide siempre curarse. ¿Te imaginas que estoy haciendo una run perfecta y la cago en este punto por no curarme? Es que me va a pasar alguna vez. Me va a pasar alguna vez y va a ser precioso. Y listo. Vale, pues esta zona hecha. Nice. Vale, vamos a seguir con la guía de escuela.
Too eventful. I will try to give all the information I can for the differences between each time you go back. Basically, he just gets stronger. So we're gonna get this homeward, or I'm sorry, the bright bug right there, and then 21 fire bombs if we can.
Vale. Matar enemigos, abrir puerta, matar perros, matar enemigos, carrera, R1, R1. Subir, ascensor. Ascensor. Ponerlo en mayúsculas, curar. Y coger ascua. Subir ascensor, curar. Coger ascua y tirar hueso. Vale. Siguiente paso. Teleport a Mayula. Teleport a Mayula. Y comprar a Melentia. Bicho. Y 21 bombas.
We're just trying to get a decent amount. You can get more if you need more, but I would say make sure you have enough left over for the cat ring that we're going to buy, because I believe that's 17,000 or so. But let me see. Or, sorry, 13,000, yeah. So we need the cat ring. We need 10 more homeward bones.
Vale. Vale, comprar a Melentia el bicho, las bombas y comprar a la gata. ¿Cuánto has comprado? Ha comprado 7 aquí, ¿no? ¿Por qué ha comprado 7? He dicho 10, ¿no?
Or, sorry, 13,000, yeah. So we need the cat ring. We need 10 more homeward bones. We only buy 7 apparently because we have 4 left, so that makes 11. Or, because we used the other one, we had 3, so it makes 10. We put the cat ring on right.
Vale, comprar a la gata. Anillo de gata. Y voy a poner 10 huesos.
Here we take all of our other stuff off. Every single thing on the character is gone except for the cat ring. This is very important because we won't live if we don't do that. Because the cat ring reduces fall damage, but not completely removes it. So we have just a little bit of health left here. We're going to be using life gems and Estus as we go down these sections in the well. We're going to be picking up some items. Potentially. Oh, maybe not because we have a lot of life gems. But there is a life gem that you can pick up right away. This part's interesting. So you don't actually want to jump or roll or anything. You're actually going to want to just sprint along the wall and then turn off to the right really quickly. Like I said, in this game, the movement's actually really difficult. So sometimes like the game will do things you don't actually want it to do. So you got to be kind of careful with this part. You're just going to walk off along the wall again and drop straight down on that part. Not to get too much momentum to get pushed over or anything, but just enough to fall straight down. And then when we get to this ladder part, there's one more drop that's a little tricky. So, sorry, I'm just trying to fix the playlist. There we go. Too many ads on this YouTube playlist. This one is kind of a similar situation again, where we run along the wall. This is the safest way I've found to do this. And it makes you land just where you need to. You drop off here. On this part, try to be careful to not land on the archway. Just drop short of that archway so you're not on that upper ledge, because you could run off of that and then die still. We're going to put all of our rings back on. Our ring needs 10 more homeward bones. We only buy 7 apparently because we have 4 left, so that makes 11. Or because we used the other one, we had 3, so it makes 10. We put the cat ring on right here and we take all of our other stuff off. Every single thing on the character is gone except for the cat ring. This is very important because we won't live if we don't do that. Because the cat ring reduces fall damage, but not completely removes it. So we have just a little bit of health left here. We're going to be using life gems and Estus as we go down these.
Equipar solo anillo de gata. Vale, y ahora para bajar el
because
pozo.
the cat ring reduces fall damage, but not completely removes it. So we have just a little bit of health left here. We're going to be using life gems and Estus as we go down these sections in the well.
Estus.
We're going to be picking up some items.
Y gema.
Potentially. Oh, maybe not because we have a lot of life gems. But there is a life gem that you can pick up right away. This part's interesting. So you don't actually want to jump or roll or anything. You're actually going to want to just sprint along the wall and then turn off to the right really quickly. Like I said, in this game, the movement's actually really difficult. So sometimes like the game will do things you don't actually want it to do. So you got to be kind of careful with this part. You're just going to walk off along the wall again and drop straight down on that part. Not to get too much momentum to get pushed over or anything, but just enough to fall straight down. And then when we get to this ladder part, there's one more drop that's a little tricky. So, sorry, I'm just trying to fix the playlist. There we go. Too many ads on this YouTube playlist. This one is kind of a similar situation again, where we run along the wall. This is the safest way I've found to do this. And it makes you land just where you need to. You drop off here. On this part, try to be careful to not land on the archway. Just drop short of that archway so you're not on that upper ledge, because you could run off of that and then die still. We're going to put all of our rings back on. So Chloranthy, Ring of Blades, Silver Serpent +1, and then we still have the cat ring on for the damage. I think I do switch the Silver Serpent ring for the stone ring though, right there. Let me double check that. Let's see. Yeah, we switched the Silver Serpent for stone ring right there. I'm gonna shoot this crystal lizard. And again, it's gonna try to escape as soon as it gets hit, so just be careful. Try to lead the shot a bit if you need to. That one's not super essential. Like, you can miss it and it's fine. It doesn't really matter too much. You're gonna run by this guy. He's gonna jump. He's gonna explode. You don't actually want to hit them, and you don't want to be slow when you're running by them. You want to kind of just swivel around them very fast. So make sure you have stamina for that. So again, swivel, swivel. If you run really straight after that, even just kind of throw in another roll after they're past you, they shouldn't actually hit you with the blast radius of their explosion. And now the cat ring's gonna save you a lot on this area, so you don't die from fall damage. So you're gonna kind of dip off beside this ladder here, take this small one down, and then you should be able to go right down there. And you're good. Now we're gonna make it to a part with a lot of these statues. These are poison spitters, so what they do, if you play the game, you probably know.
Vale, vamos a practicar hasta esto. a usar la efigie porque necesito tener full vida para esta zona. Ahí está, necesito la vida entera para poder hacer esto. Vale, y a esta señora le compramos esto. Y le compramos 21 de estas.
Satisfied? Oh,
Vale. Ahora. Quitamos todo. Y dejamos solo el anillo. Vale. Esto y esto. Por aquí simplemente... Vale. Ahora... Vale, ahora por aquí se dejaba caer espacio. Vale. Y ahora se toma 2 gemas. Vale, y aquí simplemente hace esto hacia la izquierda. Vale. Y ahora se deja caer aquí. Vale. Y ahora simplemente caer aquí sin tocar el borde de esto. Nice. Vale, bien, joder, ha salido la primera. Vale, ahora nos ponemos esto, nos ponemos esto. Y esto. Pongo esto, pongo esto. Aquí no se pone la armadura todavía. No me dropea objetos. What? ¿No me dropea objetos el bicho? O no sé. Pues ahora nos dejamos caer aquí. Vale. Bajamos aquí. Bajamos aquí, bajamos esto. Y nos dejamos caer aquí. Vale. Vale, seguimos con la guía a partir de este punto.
They'll shoot poison. And that is, it's going to do direct damage, stagger, and it's going to poison you, so we don't want to actually have those hit us at all. So you're going to be knocking them out. And then we're going to be throwing fire bombs on the ones along the right side. You only need to knock out 2 on the left side, that's it. And then you just want to make sure all these ones are clear and you can go straight through. I like to just roll so I can kind of just...
¿Por qué tira bombas en lugar de atacar? No sé. What?
Going to poison you, so we don't want to actually have those hit us at all. So you're going to be knocking them out.
O sea, rompe de la izquierda y ahí porque tira bombas en lugar de
And then we're going
pincharlos.
to be throwing fire bombs on the ones along the right side. You only need to knock out 2 on the left side, that's it. And then you just want to make sure all these ones are clear and you can go straight through. I like to just roll so I can kind of just be short of falling off the ledge. or just be a little bit over falling off the ledge, but not overshooting it, because you can die on there too, and we just fall down that.
Vale, una vez bajado al pozo, matar lagarto de cristal y bajar a la zona, como se llame. Bajar a la zona oscura, la voy a llamar. Romper 2 tótems a la izquierda y los 3 a la derecha con bombas.
Series of platforms to the bonfire. I would recommend, if there's anything that's going too fast in this run, just slow it down with the video if you need to. If any of the movements are...
Vale, vamos a ver otra vez desde la hoguera.
I would recommend, if there's anything that's going too fast in this run, just slow it down with the video if you need to. If any of the movements are too quick on this part. So we're going to be taking this bridge to the right. We're going to be running along the left side here. We're going to take out these statues, so I'm going to play that again. Right along the left, these guys will actually block you or hit you if you're too slow from the bonfire. So as soon as you actually are leaving the bonfire, you want to be immediate. You don't want to actually waste any time, because they're on a route where they're moving around without you needing to be there. So you need to be very fast to just get through here. And then they will miss you. Pivot, hit those. Running attack, running R1 on this guy. Make sure you're very fast on that. What I like to do, you also notice, I'm not locked onto the guy before I attack. I'm actually locking on halfway through the attack being queued. It's going to make it redirected to be more accurate. It really helps with enemies like this that are small, and especially if it's dark. This guy's climbing down the ladder. You're going to hit him twice. He will die. We take a boa. We kill anybody else that's going to climb up the ladder here. So we have a follower. Those two that were in the area further back. So we're going to kill him. And then there's this little beast dude kind of chilling down here. You can't see him too well, but he should be roughly in that area. If you just look forward from the ladder, and you just want to kill him before you get over there with the bow. It's pretty simple. Now we're running straight. This part we're going to clear up more statues. So the ones on the left right here with an R1. This guy that's getting up between the urns, and then these other ones right here. Or that one statue right there. The other ones that are shooting will miss you, it's fine. This part, there should be an enemy at the end of this bridge, I believe. Now, we're not going to deal with him, we're just going to run by him. This guy we're going to run by as well. Strafe on the left side. We're going to take out these poison spitters here. Be sure to be sure that you're actually accurate when you're hitting this, because you can actually hit the sconce, or like the stone thing that has like the torch to be lit on it. And that'll rebound your hit, so it'll actually waste a lot of time, and they can catch up. So you want to make sure you kind of just hit right beside it. Don't hit the one that's in front of it. And then you're going to actually go right here. You're going to pivot to the right around this, and you're going to run to the fog gate. And you should be fine. Now, there's actually an even better way to do this part. I heavily recommend you check out the SL1 trilogy run that I'm going to be linking for a better strat on this part. I would recommend it for anybody now. I didn't actually know how to do it at this point. That does work, what I just did, but the new strat's a lot better. As we're sliding down this ladder that we get to out of the fog here, you can see I go slightly to the right around this wall. There's a guy that's going to do a variety of different attacks, but a lot of the time he's going to stab you with 2 hands. You're going to actually do a semicircle around him, and he's going to miss you, and then you're going to use that to go to the ladder and buy yourself some time. This guy's never going to hit you right when you get to the bottom of the ladder, so you want to go slightly left. Roll for these corrosive urns straight ahead. Get the fragrant branch of yore. And then now we're in Gulch, so right before run.
Vale, esto va a salir muy mal, pero bueno, vamos a intentarlo. Va a salir muy mal esto. Lo que no entiendo por qué esto no, lo tira con bombas en lugar, o sea, por qué usa bombas en lugar de... ¿Es porque te hace body block aquí? Puede ser por ese bodyblock. No lo sé. Vale, y ahora aquí se deja caer. No sé si sobrevivo. Voy a curarme. Vale. A ver si sale bien esto. Quiero ir corriendo. Aquí hay que ir pegado a la izquierda para que estos enemigos no me den. Ahora hay que romper esto. Ahora hay que matar a este de un R1. A este lo mata de 2 golpes. Sube aquí arriba. Matamos a los que nos sigan. Y ahora aquí mataba un enemigo. Mato a un enemigo que, si te soy sincero, no tengo ni idea. Mata a este enemigo de aquí. Creo que sí, ¿no? Mataba a este enemigo. Vale, ahora baja, viene por aquí hacia... Mataba a este. Venía por aquí. Rompía esto. Vale, creo que había que romper la estatua esta. Vale, sí, rompe esto. Mata a este enemigo. Viene por aquí, rompe esto. Y ahora ya sube. Vale, ahora, si mal no recuerdo, era por el puente. Pasaba de estos enemigos. Pasa de este enemigo también. Rompe esto. Y ahora esto lo rodea por la derecha. Entra aquí. Y ahora va por aquí por la derecha. Baja aquí. Rodea a este enemigo. Baja por aquí. Este enemigo no nos va a dar. Viene por aquí. Rueda esto. Baja. Coge esto. Viene aquí. Y niebla. Vale, increíblemente me ha salido bien. Voy a esperar aquí por si viene algún enemigo antes de continuar. Parece que no viene nadie. Vale, increíblemente me ha salido bien a la primera. Estoy flipando. Me ha salido bien a la primera. Vale, seguimos con la guía. Ya digo, estoy flipando. Romper, bajar, tocar a hoguera. Voy a ver si puedo apuntarlo todo. Correr por la izquierda. Romper tótems. Romper tótems. Matar enemigos en el puente. Subir escaleras. Matar enemigos. Matar enemigo a flechas. Romper tótems. Bajar escaleras. Cruzar puente. Es que es un lío, nada, es que no lo voy a apuntar porque es un puto lío todo. Va a ser un puto lío todo esto. Voy a simplemente poner recorrer. Recorrer alcantarillas. Es que es un lío, no voy a apuntar todo lo que hay que hacer de romper este tótem a la izquierda, luego correr y en el puente matar a este y luego matar a este y luego subir aquí y paso. Lo practicaré, intentaré acordarme y ya está. Vale, una vez en este punto, ¿qué hacemos?
And here we're already taking out some poison spitters that are on the left side here, and the ones on the right as well. We're going to try to take out as many as we can up until a certain point where it's safe. Now, I use a firebomb for that one. It's a little bit trickier to hit it without getting hit, so use the firebombs on the ones that I'm using as a recommendation, just so you don't swing yourself into a position where you get hit because you miss. These ones that are lined up straight are pretty easy to poke, so can just do that. Forlorn, I believe, did invade me there, so this is a good example of what happens when Forlorn invades on this part. And you'll see him, he's coming up in the area right over here where the cursor's circling. So we're going to be trying to get these 3 statues bombed before he even gets in here. And we're going to try to get this one bombed too, and we're bringing him back to this area here. Now, normally he wouldn't invade every time, so this is just like a worst case scenario. But you're getting an attack where you can dodge it. So a lot of the time he'll do that 2-hand running attack. Sometimes he'll do a quicker swing with 1 hand. You're gonna have to get some practice on that and get used to it. But normally, if he didn't invade, you'd still go this way. But in this case, because he's too far behind us now, we've cleared out all the statues. We're just going around that one that's still standing, and then we're making a right at the one laying down here. We're dropping down twice to this area where the giants would normally be.
Vale, voy a apuntar esto. Recorrer alcantarillas y atravesar niebla. Vale, en este punto romper tótems y bajar por el acantilado pasando las vasijas.
We're not going to deal with the giants right now or anything. We're just going to go to the right here and get in the cage. And the idea is Forlorn's still stuck up in that other area, so it shouldn't be too hard to deal with him from up here, because we're pretty safe now. Now we're going to be using fire arrows on these oil pools right here to set them on fire, because there's enemies that spawn out of these 3 particularly, so we can kind of prep them to have them killed before they even spawn. And then Forlorn's right there, so all we're going to be doing is killing him with arrows at this point. And again, he can't reach the area you're in, so there's no reason to worry about anything at this point. Sometimes there's another invader that will pop up. A lot of the time it will be, I think, Woodland Child Gully, I believe. There's 2 of them, but the one will appear when you leave this ledge right here. So that means the next maneuver you do to get to the bonfire after you'll see me kill Forlorn here. It has to be very quick. And I'll try to explain that once Forlorn's dead. But I think typically when Forlorn invades, it doesn't mean that the other invader is going to invade. Or sorry, it means that the other invader won't invade because he took his place. So you'll see he actually gets damaged by going in the fire pool as well. But we're just locking on using arrows. It's pretty much played out at this point, very simple. And then I'm backing up a little bit. I'm waiting for a second. And we're going to jump right here. This is very important. We want to get a super big gap from the wall because there's spitters along the wall right underneath us. So we're on the right of this rock right here. We're jumping straight in between these 2 pools. And then we're going to actually go to this far side here. We're going to break this statue, and we're going to break these 2 statues. Ideally, these 2 right here you can break with 1 swing that are beside each other, or you can use a firebomb on them if you want. I would say firebomb's probably faster. Use the Fragrant Branch of Yore with this guy right here. And then we're waiting for him to basically animate so we can kill him. Just want to hit him before he hits you, basically. Boom. Again, for that stretch running up to this bonfire here, I'd heavily recommend the SL1 run that I'm going to be linking as well. So we're switching our rings up a bit here. Taking off the Silver Serpent ring, or sorry, taking off the Cat ring. We're switching it for Red Tearstone. So we have Ring of Blades, Red Tearstone, Chloranthy, and then we're going to switch Stone Ring for Silver Serpent Ring +1 so we can get more souls when we kill Ron, because we don't really need Stone Ring on Ron. We fall out of this hole in the wall right here, and then you'll see to the right we have more poison spitters, so we're going to be trying to hit these ones very carefully. At this point, once you're actually doing this, there is a guy that's going to invade, and you have a timer, so you can't be too slow on this, or he will get you from the fog gate. So you got to be very quick at this point to kill these guys. I like using a firebomb on those ones now, just because it's going to blow up both of them at the same time. And what can happen here actually is if you swing for one of them, you'll miss, and you'll go past one, and it'll hit you immediately because you missed. This one I dodge all the time as soon as I'm passing it. No need to actually get rid of it. Pretty simple. And then we just go to the fog gate and the invader.
Vale, vamos a apuntar. Romper tótems, bajar por el acantilado, pasando las vasijas. Disparar flechas de fuego a los charcos. Saltar. Romper tótems. Despetrificar enemigo y sentarse en la hoguera. Vale, una vez hecho eso, romper tótems a la derecha, cruzar niebla y matar al podrido.
Invader cannot catch up to us. And now we're on Rotten. So on the beginning of the Rotten fight, you'll see we run in and we go to the left of him immediately. Sometimes we'll have to do an attack, so we'll have to dodge that attack and know what that is. And we're going to dip into this fire pool right here. We're going to run for 4 footsteps and then roll out. Just until the health gets to the point where we got red tearstone activated. You might die on this the first few times. You're just going to have to get used to it because it will take your health. But if you have no armor on and you run just along the edge like I did, you should be able to set it up pretty easily. Now Rotten does a few different combos, so he'll do like one-hand attacks that are vertical, and then he'll follow them up with a horizontal chop. Sometimes he'll do hand slams like he did right there. He'll do like individual swings. He has an AoE that he does, and he has a attack that's a slam that has an effect on it that goes in a straight line as well. So for these combos, we're just kind of trying to roll these chops and then conserve the stamina so we can hit him a little bit in between. Backing away from the AoE every time he does it. Always rolling to the right of the hand slam. He has a backhand right there. That's a really good attack to go in for. And you never want to have your stamina close to being depleted on this. You want to anticipate that after everything he does, he's going to swing 3 more times, so that you have to have enough stamina to come back on top of those 3 swings and not get hit, basically. So you're always thinking the worst scenario every time he is being punished, like following that moment. So after that, we put our armor on. We homeward bone back to the bonfire here, and then we take this bonfire back to Majula to level up a little bit in between each fight. We're going to be repeating that 3 more times.
Vale. Dar al podrido. Activando artiesar en la lava. Vale, luego teleport a Majula y levelear. Vamos a ver qué levelea. Levelear.
And every single time we use a bonfire aesthetic to bring him back, he will have more health and he'll do more damage to us. Obviously, we're not going to be taking damage on this at all from him, but he will actually be harder to kill, so we're going to need to use bright bugs eventually to do more damage. So I'm popping all the souls that I have right now. You should have in the hundreds of thousands. And the reason that Rotten is done 4 times on this is so we can get 1,000,000 soul memory, which I'll show you later on, to open a door as an alternative method to actually killing 4 different bosses. So we're going to be getting all those bright bugs left.
Vale, teleportar a Majula. Usar almas. comprar a Melentia 3 bichos y levelear
that Melentia has. And we're leveling up our strength now to 24.
fuerza 24 y 15. Levelear aguante 15 y fuerza 24.
Endurance. Oh, okay.
Bueno.
Strength to 20, endurance to 19.
19-20 al final.
To 24. And our endurance. Oh, okay. Strength to 20, endurance to 19.
19-20.
These are not super hard and fast, and like you don't have to do them the exact same way, but those are the stats you should be focusing on at this point. You do want a lot of endurance coming up for the next areas. So you could play it more strength than endurance, but again, if you can't attack too many times, then you're not going to probably kill him as fast, since we already do have a lot of damage as it is. So kind of try to distribute the stats between the strength and endurance evenly at this point. And then eventually we will be putting more dexterity into. So right here we're burning a bonfire ascetic. This is going to bring back everything in the area again, all the items we just brought back and the boss as well. And then we're doing the same sequence of getting into the fog gate here with just hitting the statues.
Alcantarillas.
I like to again aim kind of to the right for the one that's tucked in a bit, just so you don't swing past it. And then again, you can see that we got invaded by Victor, but he was too slow. So this is actually a hard scenario, I'd say, with the intro of the fight where he goes for the grab, because it's actually pretty delayed, so that when you roll, it's hard to see where he's actually moving his hand. And so you kind of have to know the timing of it a bit. But I would say if he ever moves his hand that doesn't have the weapon, just be ready to roll pretty late. Like right about there. And then again, we're dipping in about 4 steps, and then we're rolling out. Gets us the red tear stone set up. And the fight is the same at this point. He's not going to do different attacks. He's just going to have more health. I mean, of course, he might give you different RNG. Might be a little bit more random, but there's nothing that changes with his moveset or anything. And there's a lot of good examples you'll see of how you handle everything that he'll do on this, because he probably will do mostly every attack on this video. Locking on Rotten you can do. It just, for me, it kind of restricts the movement a little bit. Makes it a bit harder to place myself where I want to be to avoid some of his hitboxes, because he does have some pretty big hitboxes on his arms, where you won't necessarily get touched by him, but he'll kill you still. So you can see I'm just kind of going to the right on those punches. It's pretty straightforward. So I punish twice on the backhand, once on some of the other attacks that they're a little bit quicker. On the AoE, I don't even punish at all. I wait for the next combo just in case. So we're being very conservative. You could afford with this much stamina to be more aggressive, but again, keep in mind I did just do a hitless run on DS1 on this video right before, so I'm pretty nervous about that. And then we just put on the armor and then go back to the bonfire again. And essentially you could think of this as farming Rotten, so we can get to the next area. And we're going to repeat the same process of leveling up again. I think at this point, let's see, I think we've purchased all the bright bugs that we can, so we're good for those. And then as for the stats, we are going to be putting in
Pero ha vuelto a comprar bichos, es que no lo ha explicado bien.
24 endurance, 30 strength.
Ha vuelto a comprar bichos después de venir aquí.
Point. Let's see. And we're going to repeat the same process of leveling up again. I think at this point, let's see, I think we've purchased all the bright bugs that we can, so
Vale, no
we're good
compra
for
bichos.
those. And then as for the stats, we are going to be putting in 24 endurance, 30 strength, 30 dex. Okay, even more endurance.
30, 30, 30, vale. Em, Vale, matar a podrido 2. Teleport a Mayula. Y teleporta a Mayula. Usar almas. Y levelear. Aguante 30. Fuerza 30. Destreza 30.
It's 30, 30, 30 across the board now. And that's a theme that you're going to see happen on this run. We're going to be basically keeping our strength and our dex pretty close, in close proximity level-wise, and then the endurance is going to be pretty close to that as well. Eventually, the endurance might be a lot more. And then towards the very, very end of the run, we're going to have a lot of adaptability pumped in at the end. But this is kind of prioritizing what stats are important at the time that we're doing this stuff, right? Because we don't really need too much more adaptability now. We obviously need more endurance. And then the strength's going to give us some more damage too, because we already had a lot more dex than strength. And this weapon scales with dex primarily, but it does get boosted by strength a bit. So before I even go in the fight, you'll notice I actually use a bright bug right away, and I use the charcoal resin in the cave. That's because we don't really have time to buff when we're in the fight, because we're setting up that red tear stone ring in the pool of fire, right? So you want to have those prep before you even go in the door for that. Getting in the fog gate here, and now we're on the third rotten, so believe that he's going to be pretty tanky. And again, that buff and the bright bug will just help you do more damage on him. So you'll notice a difference in difficulty with the consecutive fights, and I think that this is one of the hardest things in the run too, because it's not really that anything you're doing is super complicated, but just the amount of mental strain from doing the same boss 4 times in a row and it getting longer and longer. It can make you get complacent or just kind of like not pay attention enough, and you might just slip up on really small details because it's redundant, right? So I think that it might be a part where you see yourself getting a lot of stupid hits. So you just want to kind of think of each one that you go into as like the first fight again. Like take it just as seriously if you can. And then you're basically halfway there already. So we're gonna finish him off. Just doing the AoE again. Let's see. And then again, I'm putting on all that armor really fast, and then I'm homeward boating. Go back to Firelink again. And wait, let me see. Oh, on this one, I believe we actually don't go back to Firelink because we're already leveled quite a bit. So this is the final run. This is the third bonfire aesthetic we will have used.
Vale, entonces aquí a ver.
Don't go back to Firelink. And wait, let me see. Oh, on this one, I believe we actually don't go back to Firelink because we're already leveled quite a bit. So this is the final run. This is the third bonfire aesthetic we will have used. And it looks like we're not making the trip back this time. We're just going straight in there. I'll be using another charcoal pine resin and another bright bug again.
Matar a podrido activando la lava y tirar hueso. Y tirar hueso. Tirar hueso. Vale, y ahora vale, no hacer teleport, usar ascua, usar bicho, usar resina negra, matar a podrido 4.
So for the last 2 rottens, basically have it buffed up before you go into the fight. And then for the first 2, you don't have to have buffs at all. Just the red tear stone. Reason for that too is also you do want to save the bright bugs for later. You don't have an infinite amount you can buy. So you want to save them for the really hard bosses for sure. So again, pretty solid rotten fight. I'm trying to find one attack that he hasn't done yet. We'll see if he does it on this one. Basically, the attack is just a slam. It's a very slow overhead, but it has a magic effect around it. I kind of like to go on like to the left of his hand when he does it. Right here. Here we go. So on this one, I go to the right because I'm already far away. But you want to have that kind of timing where as soon as it's about to hit the ground, you get quite a bit of space. You don't want to be existing in the area where his weapon is because there's going to be lingering damage, which means even if you do dodge the attack, it'll still continuously be doing damage after it has already stopped, and you might die just because you know, it's still processing the damage. So, or it's almost kind of like it's hitting for longer, even though he's already hit the ground. So now on the last one, we just go into this cave right here. And this is the Primal Bonfire that we need to get back to Majula, signifying that we've beaten the Rotten.
Vale.
And we should be actually sitting around 1,000,000 soul memory right now with all the souls popped in our inventory and what we already have. Soul memory, if you don't know what that is, if you're newer to the game, it's just the total amount of souls you've consumed in general. Not the amount you're holding, but just the total consumed. So now we're going to be popping those last 2 souls right there. Oh, I believe we have another 2. So for the New Game Plus Rottens, or the ones that were preceding the first one, you get 2 different souls from them. I'm going to be leveling up. Let's see. Looks like I'm going for endurance on this. So I get to 50 and oh, okay, I'm going to play a little bit more conservatively. 40 endurance, 40 strength, and 40 dex. 40.
Vale. En Majula, usar almas y levelear aguante 40, fuerza 40 y destreza 40. Vale, pues en principio creo que voy a hacer hasta aquí y ya está, que va a ser mucho. Entonces centinela flexible y luego podrido 1, podrido 2, podrido 3 y podrido 4. Y ya está, vamos a practicar hasta aquí y listo.
40 across the board, we're keeping it even. We have about 100,000 souls left. That's important because right now we're heading to Vengar. We're going to be actually buying a crazy amount of lightning pine resin from him. So it was at that fork in the road bonfire I said we'd be returning to, where the foggy forest is. So we're not actually going to go to the next area yet. We're going to dip back into this one. And again, coming back here, the second time we're going a different path. So we're hitting that tree in the middle and we're going to the left. I'm immediately pulling out the rapier after I shoot that tree with the bow, hitting this tree on the right, and then we're going really hard left here. You'll see this little uphill pathway, and you want to go really far left into the corner, and then there's Vengaro. So Vengaro is going to give you lightning pine resin.
Compra 11, ¿no?
I bought 21 of them. I'm
vale,
still
21, a ver.
lightning pine
Vale,
resin.
sí, 21.
I bought 21 of them. I'm still saving some more souls at this point for some arrows that we're going to be getting later from Chancellor Wellinger.
Voy a apuntar esto. Teleport al bosque de niebla, lo voy a llamar. Y comprar a Vanguard, como se llame, 21 resinas de rayo. Y tirar hueso.
Once we get into the castle itself, so make sure you still have a decent amount to buy arrows for later. Those are going to be lightning arrows, they're pretty important.
Vale, ahora va al castillo, así que esto ya digo, lo dejo para otro día. Voy a cerrar ya, lo cierro. Sí, lo voy a cerrar. Y ya está, vamos a practicar esto y listo. Ah, vale, la zona... Vale, todavía no estoy en la zona esta, vale. No sé cuáles de ellos rompía con bombas. Cuidado. Eso está roto. Vale, aquí rodaba esto. Me he tirado mal. Ah, me he tirado mal. No me lo puedo creer, tío. No me lo puedo creer. De todas las cosas que podían matarme, me mato yo solo de la caída. Hostia, voy a tener que repetir toda la zona oscura. Bueno, así lo practico, pero... Uf, qué pereza. Voy a tener que repetir todo esto. Estoy viendo que no se ha actualizado. Vale, un segundo. ¿Por qué no se ha actualizado esto? Podrido 4, ¿no? Vale, ahora sí. Ahora rompo esto. Mato a este. Paso de este enemigo. Paso de este enemigo. Rompo esto. ¿Qué tenía que hacer aquí? Me he rayado. ¿Esta es la niebla? Vale, sí, me he rayado. Venía por aquí. Rodeo a este enemigo. Vale, por seguridad. Había aquí una hoguera. Vale, joder, había aquí una hoguera, tío. sabía. Y aquí una hoguera. Bueno, que haya hogueras me viene bien, en verdad me viene genial para practicar zonas. Rompo esto. Dejo caer aquí. Dejo caer aquí. Dejo caer aquí. Voy pegado a la derecha. Me están invadiendo. En principio no pasa nada. Vale, y ahora con flechas de fuego disparaba ahí. Ahí creo que era. No, deberían quemarse enemigos, no se están quemando. Anda, mira, si está aquí el tío este. Vale, y ahora se supone que aquí tira una bomba sin querer. Vale, se supone que tengo que saltar. Vale. Vale, tengo que disparar. Es que me he equivocado, tengo que disparar a este charco. No me he fijado bien qué charcos eran. Tengo que disparar a los charcos correctos para matar a esos enemigos. No sé cuántas bombas. Casi me caigo, tío. Vale. ¿Qué otro charco era? ¿Era este de aquí? ¿Qué charco era? Otra vez, tío, me va a invadir. Tengo que matar al pesado este. No sé dónde está. ¿Dónde ha ido? Sigue vivo, creo, ¿eh? Sí, está ahí. Necesito matarlo. Vale, se supone que deberían haber muerto. Tengo que coger esto. Tengo que coger esto. Vale. No sé si me persigue. No, no me persigue ningún bicho de estos. Vale. Vale, ahora me quito esto, me pongo esto y ya está. Vale, y ahora tengo que activarme el artiesar. Vale. A ver si me activo bien el artiesar. Hostia, pues empezamos bien. Vale. Te quedaste sin brazo. Pues si le diese estaría guay. Vale, primer podrido. ¿Tenía que volver a Mayula? Creo que sí, ¿no? A ver, matar a podrido. Vale, sí, usar almas, comprar 3 bichos. Vale. Inventario. Vale. Y ahora hay que subir de nivel.
That is more.
19 y 20. 19. Fuerza, ¿no? Sí, fuerza al 20. ¿Tengo más almas? ¿Por qué tengo más almas? No sé por qué tengo más almas, pero bueno. Volvemos aquí. Vale, subimos de nivel la zona. No hacía falta que me tira ese bicho aquí, ¿no? No. Uf, casi la lío ahí. Le he liado un poco con la vida, ¿eh? Ah. Uf, lo de la vida es bastante tricky, ¿eh? Lo de quedarte la vida justa con el artiesar da un poquito de miedo. Porque además ahí me he quedado como pillado un poquito en el borde. La cagué ahí. ¿En serio? Voy a volver, ¿eh? Voy a hacer esto. Le he liado ahí muchísimo con el veneno. A ver, dejo caer. Ah, bueno, ya está roto. Vale, ese ataque no tenía ni idea de qué ataque era ese, no me lo esperaba. La verdad que me he quedado así un poco rayado porque no tenía ni idea de cómo era ese ataque. No, no, tío, la lava, joder. La lava. Oh, qué rabia, tío. Morir por la puta lava. Qué mal. Ah, joder. Ah, en fin, no me preocupa tampoco mucho. En plan, es un boss que vamos a tener que matar 4 veces en toda la run. Por lo tanto, llegará un punto en el que me lo sé de memoria, de sobra. Es normal ahora mismo que la esté cagando tanto porque no me sé sus ataques, básicamente. Pero bueno, cuando haya matado 50, pues ya me lo sabré. No sé si ese ataque tiene follow-up. Creo que tiene follow-up eso, no sé. Ah, he rodado demasiado pronto. He rodado demasiado pronto. Demasiado greedy. Demasiado greedy fue. debería pegar 2 veces ahí. También debería aprenderme dónde está la lava. Voy a irme al otro lado, pero no me fío nada, tío. Casi me caigo en la lava. Imagino que ahí no me da tiempo a pegarle porque ruedo hacia atrás. Un brazo menos. Casi me caigo en la lava. Ah, es el ataque. Vale. Vale, no lo he reconocido. Ese era el ataque que hace como un área hacia adelante y tengo que rodar hacia su derecha. Vamos, tengo que pegarme a él, básicamente. No puedo rodar hacia atrás porque me pasa eso. En fin. Y he perdido las almas. Espero que no pase nada por haber perdido las almas. Joder, qué mal. Madre mía. Qué mal lo estoy haciendo ahora, ¿no? Menos mal que solo tengo que matar a este boss 4 veces. ¿Puedo activarme artesar? No, que va por porcentaje de vida, creo. Creo que va por porcentaje de vida. Entonces ahora para activarme el artesar tengo que tener poquísima vida. Entonces seguramente no merezca ni la pena. Seguramente en este punto no merezca ni la pena activarse el artesano. Va a ser más peligroso activar el artesar que matar al podrido, creo yo. No sé. Voy a intentarlo, pero... Vale. Buah, qué mal lo estoy haciendo. Qué mal lo estoy haciendo. No debería castigar 2 veces. Por lo menos no hasta que no me conozca bien sus ataques al 100%. Ahora que es la primera vez que me estoy enfrentando a los dos y que no me sé todavía sus patrones y tal, debería castigar solo una vez. Puede ser el fallo ese, que estoy esquivando hacia atrás. Y tengo que esquivar quizá hacia el lateral para poder castigar, o si no, no puedo castigar mucho. Es que ahí no puedo castigar. Nice. En fin, ha sido increíblemente horrible. Vale, ahora que tengo que hacer, viajar a Mayula, usar almas, levelear 30-30-30. ¿Por qué no me deja quemar las efigies aquí? tenía que hacerlo directamente aquí. A ver si sale. No, tío, qué rabia. Joder. Lo de ponerse a artiesar en la lava es una puta mierda. Lo de ponerse a artiesar en la lava es una mierda. Buah. No voy a gastar... No voy a gastar la resina ni nada, ni el bicho. Es una mierda lo de activarse el artiesar. Tengo que ir así poquito a poco. Casi me mato. Qué mal. No me da tiempo a pegar ahí. Debería acostumbrarme... muy pronto, roda muy pronto. Debería acostumbrarme a rodar hacia el lateral en lugar de rodar hacia atrás. Porque hay muchos ataques que no puedo castigar por culpa de eso. En cambio, si ruedo hacia el lado, sí que puedo castigar esos ataques, yo creo. Voy a recuperar esta mina. Claro, mira eso, rodando hacia el lateral puedo castigar muchísimo más. Es más arriesgado, pero puedo castigar mucho más. ¿Lo mato? Vale, aquí tengo que ir a chetarme. No. Aquí directamente a por el cuarto. Vale. Me activaré el arquesar sin matarme. Igual no merece ni la pena. Vale. No tengo ni idea de qué ataque era ese. Pensé que me daba, tío. No tenía que haber pegado tanto. ¿Dónde estaba la puerta? Nice. Nice. Ok. Vale, una vez hecho esto, usar almas. ¿No tenía que comprar algo aquí? ¿O ya no? No, ¿no? Nada, de pelear 40, 40, 40. No tengo que comprar nada. Cuarenta. 40. Ay, me he teletransportado donde no era. Tengo que teletransportar aquí. Vale, comprar 21 resinas de rayo y tirar hueso. Y ya está. Vale, venimos aquí. Tenía que haber otro árbol por aquí. No me acuerdo dónde. Creo que hay un árbol ahí que tenía que haber dado y no he dado.
I like it. Look, I know. Farewell.
Vale, pues lo dejo por aquí. Justo hemos llegado hasta aquí en la guía. Así que listo. Lo dejo por aquí. Vale, mañana... Mañana ya digo, en principio mañana intento seguir con la no hit en DS1. Y como hoy, si tenemos un mal día, si no conseguimos hacer una run buena o lo que sea, pues seguimos ruteando DS2 y ya está. También Em, Me gustaría, no sé cuándo, pero llevo como, vamos, llevo exactamente 55 días, creo. Sí, llevo 55 días con la no hit en DS1. Entonces, pues oye, quieras que no, está bien, me lo estoy pasando guay haciendo la no hit, pero también me apetece jugar a otras cosas, ¿vale? He visto que han salido juegos súper chulos, han salido el Half a Nice Death, por ejemplo, que lo tenía ahí apuntado de juegos que me interesaba mucho probar. Ha salido ese, ha salido también otro que se llama Tunic o algo así, no sé cómo se llama, que es como un zorrito, es así low poly, el juego súper bonito. Han salido un par de juegos por ahí que me gustaría probar, la verdad. Entonces, pues bueno, no descarto algún día cuando pueda, pues hacer un pequeño descanso de Dark Souls y probar estos otros juegos que también pues me molarían bastante probarlos y tienen muy buena pinta. Entonces eso, me hubiese molado haberme sacado ya digo, la no hit en DS1, me la tenía que haber sacado hace 20 o 30 días. Eh, He podido muchos días sacarme perfectamente la no hit en DS1, pero siempre le acabo cagando en alguna gilipollez, siempre acabo teniendo algún fallo súper tonto y se está alargando mucho y muchos días pues ya se nota que estoy quemado, que hago a lo mejor 2 runs, como hoy hago 2 o 3 runs y si veo que no avanzo y que no estoy jugando bien, digo a tomar por culo y me voy a otra cosa. Entonces, pues bueno, me gustaría haberme sacado ya la nojita hace tiempo, la verdad creo que podría haberme la sacado hace mucho y por mala suerte, por no estar focus, por lo que sea, pues no he conseguido sacármela todavía. Entonces, bueno, ya digo, hablo de esto porque me gustaría también de vez en cuando pues desconectar y jugar a otras cosas, ¿no? Otros juegos que van saliendo y que me llaman bastante la atención, pues me gustaría también ir probándolos y no estar... es que llevo literalmente 2 meses seguidos full Dark Souls y tampoco es plan, ¿sabes? Quiero jugar a otras cosillas. Entonces, nada, ya está. No me enrollo más, que es bastante tarde. Y además hoy hemos hecho un directo bastante larguillo. Pero bueno, lo dicho, mañana en principio seguiré con DS1. Si no sale buena run, me voy a DS2. Y cuando tenga tiempo, ¿vale? A lo mejor en Semana Santa o cuando sea, pues intentaré también jugar algún juego así que tengo pendiente, que me gustaría bastante. Tengo también, lo tengo que hablar con algunos amigos. Tenía pensado en Semana Santa jugar, a ver si puedo juntar en 6 8 amigos, una cosa así, y jugar juntos a un juego que salió hace bastante tiempo, pero que tenía ganas de probarlo con amigos, que es el Pico Park. Entonces tengo que hablarlo con gente, a ver si puedo juntar un grupo así interesante de personas y jugarlo juntos. Ya digo, lo tengo pensado para Semana Santa. No sé si se podrá o si estará la gente ocupada o no les apetecerá simplemente. Pero bueno, lo tengo por ahí pendiente en mi lista de tareas, de cosas que hacer. Así que nada, lo dejo por hoy por aquí y nos vemos mañana con más. Chao.